back with another edition of Love Showers. In the spirit of Valentine's Day in the month of February, today I will be hosting a show similar to The Bachelor. One lucky girl will ask 3 eligible bachelors a series of questions, and by the end of the segment, she would choose her soulmate. Then, one lucky guy will join the show and ask 3 bachelorettes a series of questions, and then choose his lifelong partner. To start off today's show, let's go meet the 3 bachelors. Okay, so we're going to start off by having all the bachelors introduce themselves, starting with bachelor number 1. Say your grade and something about yourself.
I'm Bachelor 1. I'm a senior, and I am a recreational shark wrangler.
I'm Bachelor 2. I'm very good at cooking, especially cakes.
I'm Bachelor 3. I am in the 12th grade, and I know my way around the harmonica.
Okay. Now we're going to go meet our bachelorette, Ruby. Hi, Ruby.
Hi, Jordan.
So you're a senior, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you looking for in a man?
I want someone who has a sense of humor, who's very kind and considerate.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, so you can start off by asking them questions.
Okay.
Whoever you want to start with, 1, 2, or 3.
All right. If you could be an animal, what would you be and why? Let's do bachelor number 1.
If I could be any animal, I would be a dolphin, because dolphins are the most intelligent animal on the face of this earth. And really, there's just no one else that really identifies my spirit as much as a dolphin. That's really just being able to just swim through the waves freely.
All right. Bachelor number 2.
I think I'd want to be a giraffe because they're really tall. They can see over the back of people's heads at assemblies and stuff.
Bachelor 2, is that because you're not tall?
No, I'm actually 6'6". Big Sharon just like hides my height.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
My legs go under the table.
From Bachelor 3's perspective, I'd identify as a pterodactyl. Because of its tenacious hunting approach, I just feel like that when I'm out on the prowl.
All right. Do you have any special talents? Number 1.
Me? Like I said, I'm actually a recreational shark wrangler, which means that I will duct tape chum and dead fish to my body, and then I'll actually go out into Cape Cod Bay in the height of summer when the ocean temperature is at the highest, and I will swim for miles on end, and any shark that I come across, I will proceed to wrangle with my bare hands. I would consider that a talent because it's extremely dangerous, and I've not yet once suffered an injury.
All right. Bachelor number 2.
As I said earlier, I really like baking. I have this crazy skill where I can make a cake from scratch without my hands. I use my mouth. It's all about the jaw strength.
That's very impressive.
My form of cake baking would definitely be equatable to my harmonica talents, because it's definitely hard to target the certain holes when you're trying to hit a certain note, whether it be the first through the 12th hole. But I'm getting better at playing the harmonica, and yeah, it's a really good instrument.
Okay. What would you do if a little kid came up to you and kicked you in the shin? Let's start with number 3.
3, okay. If someone were to kick me in the shin, did you say?
A little kid.
Little kid.
Oh, little kid. Well, similar to the type of discipline they use at the high school, I'd try to use restorative justice to teach the kid why we shouldn't be kicking other people in the shins. And I'd really delve into the real reason that he did it, and whether it was socioeconomic issue that he was having, and he thought he could erect the situation by kicking me in the shins, or if it was something deeper. So that's what I would do.
Interesting. What about number 1?
I would promptly pick up the child and send him into low Earth orbit.
Where?
Low Earth orbit. It's approximately 100 miles above sea level, and it's traveling at an excess of 20,000 kilometers an hour to sustain orbit at that height.
Interesting. Okay. Number 2.
I would throw hands. I don't take no disrespect.
Oh.
Little kid or not.
All right. Okay. What do you think says most about a person? I'll start with number 2.
Oh, I would say their posture. You know, if they have a very slouched back, they're very awesome and polite. But people with straight backs are usually mean.
Interesting. Okay, number
It's kinda
3.
judgmental.
Number 3, what do you think says most about a person?
Most about a person. Well, their demeanor in a public area, like a movie theater or a noodle house. I would say it tells about their character on a deeper level.
House of Noodle.
Yeah, so if you were visiting Japan with someone and you just wanted to go to a noodle house and have some quality noodles, the way that they would carry themselves around that noodle house and act in front of other people would definitely tell a lot about their character and how I'd want to move forward in a relationship with them.
Interesting, very interesting. What about number 1?
I would say it's the quantity of ice upon the wrist and neck of the individual that determines their character. One can't post up if they don't have enough ice, and really someone who can't post up, frankly, does not have enough character to carry themselves on the street.
Okay.
That's facts. That's facts.
Wow, we're all in agreement on that. Okay. If you were to buy me a present, what would you buy me? Number 1.
Well, if I were to buy you a present, I would probably buy you a half-inch national pipe thread pipe tap. It's really one of the most versatile and useful pipe taps on the market, and it allows you to thread a massive quantity of holes that you've drilled in steel, aluminum, and even if you feel risky in wood, if you feel like putting a bolt into wood.
What if she's not a plumber, though?
Well, I actually illustrated multiple professions that cannot be that are not plumbers that you could use this for. For example, carpenters, because I used wood, and then a machinist, for example, uses both aluminum and steel, high carbon, low carbon, and cast iron. So.
Okay. I think that's enough. I've got my answer there. Number 2, if you could break any law, what would it be and why?
Oh, I mean, I was gonna break any law. I might just kidnap someone. I mean, not in like a mean way, but like a friendly way. Like it's your friend and they're walking down the road, and then you just, in like a black van, just like stop right next to them, open the door, grab them, and then you just go for a ride in your van together.
That's
Okay.
good quality.
Yeah.
Interesting. And why would you do that?
I'm just about adventures. I like doing things, thinking outside the box.
Okay.
Kidnapping.
Number 3, who is the most fascinating person you have ever met?
Oh, that I have ever met. Well, there's a lot of unique characters that I've met throughout the years, but this one person really stands out to me. I met him back in the days at Brewster Elementary School, and prior to his facial hair growth. Yeah, he's a very interesting, eccentric, and definitely a very intelligent yet freaky boy.
He sounds like a wonderful person.
That's true.
Okay. Number 1, do you have any pets?
I actually have a pet crocodile. I let him sleep underneath my bed, and when it helps me to make sure that I never get caught slacking, because every morning I have to get up and just stop slacking immediately in order to not be mauled by this 12-foot long alligator that's underneath my bed.
Interesting.
He's
I would've
actually an
thought-
alligator-crocodile mix. That's why I switched between the words alligator and crocodile, because I'm able to use them interchangeably because of his breed.
What's his name?
What's his name?
It's Philip.
Philip.
I like it.
How nice. How nice. Number 2, what's your favorite holiday and why?
Oh, Probably St. Patty's Day, because my favorite color is green, and people eat a lot of cake on St. Patty's Day. So I'm usually just busy all day in the kitchen cooking cakes.
Breach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're good cakes too. Green stuff. Sprinkles, frosting,
I'll have to try one sometime.
cucumbers. They're green.
Number 3, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Well, I could choose the cliche approach to flight or something, but I'm not gonna, because I'm a unique person.
What
What would you choose?
My superpower would definitely be the ability to shape and bend materials that are in my way. For example, if there was like a brick wall in front of me, I would be able to deconstruct and reconstruct that wall, go through it.
Okay, interesting. Among your friends, what are you best known for? Number 1.
Me, I'm really just known for being a spicy boy. Everything I do is spicy. Everything I cook is spicy. You know, every track I lay down on the mic is spicy, and you know, it's just a lifestyle for me, and that's really what I've become known for.
Okay, number 2.
Well, as opposed to Ben, I'm not spicy, I'm saucy. So, just like when I make my cakes, I lather it on thick, you know. I don't hold back with the sauce. I just put it on. You know, I never hold back. That's why they call me saucy.
Okay, number 3.
I'd have to identify myself as funky. I'm a funky boy. Whether we're on the dance floor busting down moves, or we're dropping tracks like the usual day in the office. We just keep it funky day to day, and yeah, that's how we roll.
Okay, and Ruby, I'm going to have you ask them their final question, so make it a good one.
Okay, what is your dream job? Number 1.
My dream job is to, well, as I'd already expressed throughout this interview, I'm a recreational amateur shark wrangler. I wish that I could get sponsored by Red Bull and do this, you know, as a way of life and actually provide a source of income and sustenance for my family with this wonderful, pleasureful hobby. And that's really all I have to say. I'm really a family man, and supporting my family is, you know, the most important thing to me.
Number 2.
My dream job would be to be your Valentine. Every day I'd wake up, I'd go make a beautiful cake, heart-shaped, with roses on it, and I'd serve the cake to you.
Would you even do that on St.
Aw.
Patty's Day, or would it
Yeah.
be would it be
Every
would it be
holiday.
a green heart on St. Patty's Day?
No, it'd be like a clover with cucumbers on it. You gotta try it. Cucumbers on cake.
I will.
Crunchy
Alright.
and sweet.
Number 3.
For employment, I think subsistence farming is a real wholesome endeavor, and I'd like to pursue that later in life.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to give Ruby a few moments to decide on who she'd like to choose to be her lifelong love, and we'll be right back. Okay, Ruby, so I'm going to have you start off by eliminating one of the bachelors.
All right. I'm going to have to eliminate bachelor number 1. I think he lives a little too dangerously for my style.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, bachelor number 1. Thank you for joining us on the show. You can exit this way. And then, so you're between 2 and 3, so you can eliminate another bachelor. Who would you like to eliminate?
I'll eliminate number 3.
Sorry, number 3. Please exit this way over here so you can claim your prize. I'm sorry about that. Okay. And so, Ruby, you can meet your bachelor now.
All right.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
I hope you guys have a lifetime of happiness.
We will.
And
We
we'll be
will.
right back with the bachelorettes. Okay, so we're going to start off by having the bachelorettes introduce themselves. We'll start with number 1.
I am a senior, and my favorite food is Kraft mac and cheese.
I am also a senior, and I'm looking for a man.
I'm also a senior, and I once had a turtle named Tiny Tim.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Now we're gonna go meet our bachelor, Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hi.
Wow, you sound so happy.
I'm so enthused to be here, Jordan. I love this place.
So Brian is also a senior. What are you looking for today in a woman?
You know, Jordan, I could muse to you all day about what we all really want in someone or something like that. But, you know, in the end, when you're with a lot of women, you know, you learn a lot about what you want. I have not been with a single woman, and so I know nothing of what I actually want.
Well, that's why we brought you on today. So hopefully we'll change that.
Let's hope. Let's see what goes on.
Okay. Well, you can start asking questions whenever you're ready.
All right, this is a good one. Not really. But, all right, so, you know, we all think about ourselves and what our future may hold and where we might be. So, bachelor number 2, where do you think you'll be in 10 years?
Hopefully not jail. I see myself in 10 years, so I would be 27, maybe married, maybe a trophy wife, lots of kids.
Those are some high goals.
Thank you.
Pass. All right, so, bachelor number 1, same question.
You know, first of all, I'd like to say I love your enthusiasm. And second of all, I think in 10 years, I'm going to be 28 personally. So I think I would see myself as being with you, obviously. And, you know, we would be very secluded because I don't trust the internet or, like, I don't want to, like, use my phone too much. I don't believe in phones. I don't have one. Yeah, that's where I see myself.
You're very optimistic. You shouldn't have that. All right. So this is going to bachelor number 3. You know, we all go on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or these places. So we watch these shows. So bachelor number 3, what was the last show you binge watched?
Probably you, because I am training to be a professional stalker. So I'm trying to pick up some new tips and tricks, and it's going pretty well so far. I've learned a lot, but I can't reveal anything yet. You'll just have to wait and see.
Sounds like you might have a stalker in the future, Brian.
Let's hope not. All right. So, you know, we look around our houses and we appreciate the things that are within them in our interior design. So, for bachelor number 1, what's your favorite piece of furniture?
That's a difficult one. I would say I really love the countertops in my house. They're really, you know, smooth, and the granite is beautiful. And I think that in our house in the future, we could have some beautiful granite countertops that we could put all of our, like, fruit or plates, whatever, you know.
That's not the answer I was looking for. All right, bachelor number 3, what are, same question.
You know, I'd have to say the coffee table, because I do like to kick my feet up after, you know, a long day of being a CEO. So I'd say, yeah, you know, that probably gets the most use in my household.
What are you the CEO of?
I own my own business.
Wow, CEO of a local business, all right. So, this is going to go to bachelor number 2. You know, we think about ourselves and our inner selves and just how we present ourselves to the world. So, bachelor number 2, what are your best qualities?
Well, I just want to start. Your voice. It's so beautiful.
Stop.
My best qualities. I'm very charismatic. I would consider myself a people person. I know how to get along. I can get us to lots of social events, don't worry, honey. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just an overall good person to be around, and I'm excited to spend the rest of my life with you.
No comment. All right. So, bachelor number 1, same question.
I would say that my best qualities are probably the fact that I'm really good at cooking, and, you know, as I've said, Kraft mac and cheese is my favorite food, and I think that I could cook you something really great. I know that's not really a quality, but I'm really good at that. And also, I would say more of like a personal quality is that I'm very loyal and I would always be there for you.
Wow. All right. Bachelor number 3, same question.
I mentioned that I had a pet turtle at one point. I'm very caring and I do like animals. So, we would just adopt like as many animals as we can, maybe some birds, some fish, we could get some tanks, just like make it very homey. And I think that my best quality is bringing everything together.
Wow, amazing. All right. All right. So, around the house, bachelor number 1 brought up cooking, so I'm actually going to segue into this. If you, this will go to bachelor number 2. If you were to cook me dinner, what would you cook?
Don't even get me started. What wouldn't I cook you? I would be cooking for days. I think I would start with a little, maybe some sushi or something. Might move into,
I don't like sushi.
maybe some tacos. I don't know.
I'm not a fan of tacos either.
What do you like?
We're not interviewing me.
He
we're
likes
interviewing
steak.
Oh, I'd cook you a big, juicy steak.
You. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, all right. That's a great response. All right. So we already know what bachelor number 1 would cook me. That delicious mac and cheese.
Maybe.
Bachelor number 3, what would you cook?
You know what? I think I'd dig into my roots and I'd make some Irish soda bread.
Delicious. Okay, we all fantasize about going to other countries that are better than here. I, for example, am going to Rome in a few days. So, bachelor number 1, if you were to travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I think that's a really good question. I would say I would probably go, if I could go anywhere, I guess Siberia. I'm really interested in the landscape and of how it would, be to be in and to experience, and I would say that's where I'd go.
Cool. Like the gulag. All right. So, bachelor number 2, same question.
Well, I'm a relatively sweaty person, so I would probably want to go more like Antarctica. Probably somewhere where I could just stay cool for a little while and meet the penguins.
Okay. Bachelor number 3, same question.
I'm thinking Brazil, but like very central, so like no water because I'm very afraid of tsunamis. So anywhere high, that I can escape from the water if it like gets a little too close to me. So
Coolio. All right. So we all have our favorite times of the year. I like winter a lot. Fall's pretty cool. And so bachelor number 2, what is your favorite season?
As I said before, I like the cold weather, so probably winter. I also just don't like summer and not being in school. I really enjoy continuing my education. So winter, I like to ski, toboggan, the good stuff.
Nice.
Sounds like she's a smart one. Really likes school.
Maybe. So, bachelor number 3, same question.
Well, I said I don't like water, so I would prefer it frozen. So I'm thinking like the dead of winter when I can just be by myself or with you, of course, somewhere very, very cold. So maybe like Antarctica and we could just like hang out there.
That's just beautiful. All right. Bachelor number 1, same question.
Look that up.
I would say I'm a spring kind of gal. The flowers are blooming. Everybody has allergies, sneezing all over the place.
All right,
it's
wait,
nice.
wait. So you said you'd like to go to Siberia, one of the coldest places on Earth.
Well,
but you like spring.
Yes. If I'm going to Siberia as a, travel destination, I want where I typically live to be kind of moderately moderate temperatures. And then, we could go outside. We could go on our dates outside. It'll be nice. Smell the roses. Yeah.
Outside, what a concept. All right. In our lives, we all have those oops moments, where we really just regret living. So, to bachelor number 3, what is one of your most embarrassing moments or memories that you have?
That's very personal. Something I would regret. Can you rephrase?
What?
Something that was embarrassing that happened to you.
Yeah, something you think about like nowadays, like from 10 years ago, and you're just like, oh my God, why'd that happen to me? Like, just something like that.
You know what? I would say slipping in public is one of the things that I do a lot, and it's always embarrassing. I did slip in the courtyard at school recently. It was very, very embarrassing. I did drop my pear. So I would say maybe that.
Amazing. All right. Bachelor number 1, same question.
Probably the most embarrassing moment that I've ever had is when I was at President Obama's commencement. I was eating.
You mean the inauguration, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The inauguration. I was eating Kraft mac and cheese, and I was eating it out of a thermos, and he happened to walk by me, and I spilled some on his shoes.
So 11 years ago, when you were 6 years old,
Yes.
you went to Obama's inauguration. You got
Yes.
so close to him that he saw you eating mac and cheese,
Yes.
and then you dropped it.
Yeah, well, he didn't really see it until I had dropped it on his shoes, so.
Oh, wow, you were just right up in his face. Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Great story.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's great when it
I've-
never happens.
I've got an
so, yeah.
interesting life.
All right. That's a weird question. I'm not gonna ask that one. All right. So we all have aspirations, particularly with people. You know, we think about these great people and we wish to be like that person. So, bachelor number 3, who is your role model?
You know, I don't think I have one. But if I had to choose, you know what? I think I'd go with Mr. Clark.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a god
I
of
would go
learning.
with Mr. Clark.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he's the best teacher ever.
I don't like to elaborate. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. He is a great teacher. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. All right. Bachelor number 1, same question.
I would say that my role model is absolutely 100% Shakira because her hips don't lie, and I value honesty in a relationship, so.
Yeah. All right. Okay. You know, during our times in our lives, but there's not much going on sometimes when, you know, between school and work and such. So when you have your free time, bachelor number 2, what do you do with it?
Oh, what do I do with my time? Well, I mean, I spend a lot of time with my cats. I have 2, Coco and Nut. Hopefully, after this, I'll be spending lots of my time with
Stop,
you.
don't say it. Oh.
So this is going to be the final question, Brian. You can have them all answer this one.
The final one. What?
Make sure it's a really good question.
All
So
right.
it's going to be a tough decision.
Yeah, I gotta, you know, we gotta.
Wow, you really throwing those hearts away.
Yeah. All right. So, if you were to buy me a present, what would you buy me? Bachelor number 1.
Wow. I would buy you all of my love and maybe a Maserati.
Maserati? Isn't that an Italian car?
Is
And you're going to Italy.
Is that not okay?
I mean, no, Rome. Sorry.
Those are crappy cars.
Okay. Oh, wow.
All right. Well, you know, yeah, good answer. Nonetheless, there's the thought that counts. Bachelor number 2, please say something that isn't cringy.
I would probably buy you a Scooby-Doo Chia Pet. Yeah, maybe a little like diamond necklace.
No.
I don't know. I like to treat my boy right.
Pass. All right. Bachelor number 3, same question.
I do think that I would invest in a diamond grill, so you know we could have you looking like super expensive all the time.
Like a cooking grill?
No, like for your teeth.
Oh.
Oh.
That's
I
worse
thought it was a
than the
barbecue.
necklace.
Yeah, so we'd get it, you know, we'd visit the dentist or whoever does it, and we'd get it, you know, custom to your mouth so you could, you know, be stunting all the time.
Those are some good present options, Brian.
To you. You're not the one receiving them.
I don't know. My love is pretty good.
I don't know. You want a
Okay.
Chia Pet or not?
Well, thank you for asking the questions. I'm going to let you have a few minutes to decide on who you'd like to choose to spend the rest of your life with.
They're all just so great.
I know.
I don't.
I mean, these are all perfect options for your first woman. Yeah?
Yeah, perfect to tell a story to my kids about the awful decision I made coming on
Okay.
this show.
Well,
Excuse me,
we're
our
gonna-
kids.
We will be right back with Brian's decision. Thank you. Okay, Brian, so I'm going to have you start off by eliminating one of the bachelorettes. Who would you like to eliminate?
I think a must go is Bachelor number 2. Her answers have really just not been the hottest or have piqued my interest. So, no, good day.
Sorry to hear that, but Bachelorette number 2 can exit this way and claim your prize. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Brian, now you have 2 lovely ladies to choose from. Would you like to eliminate Bachelor number 1 or 2? I mean 3. 2's already gone.
Can I do it again? Oh, jeez. Oh, man. There's a lot of thinking that goes on between these things. I mean, it's just, it really gets the brain going when you think about such a decision as choosing between a woman and another
I think
woman.
it's time to make that decision.
Well, we got about 5 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So I really could. I just.
1 or 3, Brian?
Well.
One word answer.
So 1. It was nice knowing you. But in the end, it's. I mean,
So you're eliminating Bachelorette number 1?
Yeah, I don't really have a good reason as to why.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear this. Here's your prize.
Wow.
Okay, so Brian, it is time to meet your forever partner. You may stand up.
I don't think it's that she's my forever partner. I just think she was the least bad out of all of
No,
them.
I mean, you guys are matched.
Please
invite me to the wedding. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is Olivia. Olivia, this is
met
Brian.
Before. Yes, I've never met before.
Thank you so much for joining me. You can exit this way.
Thank you, Jordan.
Get me off the stage.
Thank you for
All right.
watching this year's episode of Love Showers. I'm Jordan Hour, and I will see you next time.